did you hear what Frank said? He said, y'all got to be fishing. I think all too often we get in this business, we have kind of a sense of desperation, and we look like Elmer Fudd hunting the Wasco rabbits, right? And think about it, when you go hunting, those animals can sense that. They run. But when you go fishing, and you drop that shiny little object in the water, man, the fish all come up to it, right? So the question is, are you hunting or are you fishing?
Excellent.
And people are judging you by the way you're just living your life, right? And when you open your mouth, they're judging. That can be scary sometimes. So I'm going to try to tell the story as quick as I can. We have to have a mind shift. A mind shift. Now, we all agree we're not in sales, right? We're doing what? We're sharing. But here's the thing. When did sales get such a bad rap? Right? When did sales become a negative word? You know what you sell every single day?
Yourself.
You sell yourself.
That's it.
Man, and we know Byron has got to be a hell of a salesman, or he wouldn't have had this right here. Right? Sweet even. Steve, I know you got skills. I see that.
Wrong.
So here's the thing about a mind shift. Is when you want to go sell something, ultimately when you share ID Life, you want someone to say what to you back. Yes. So here's the cool thing. The name of that book says Go for No. Now I'm going to click the button so you can see underneath. It's hard to see down here, but the subtitle is Yes is the destination. That's what we ultimately want, right? Mm-hmm. But no is how you get there. Mic drop moment. I just drop this thing and just I'm out. Mm-hmm. Do we need anything else? Here's what I mean by that. We all want that yes, but you got to quit fearing no. What would happen if when you woke up tomorrow, you changed everything about the way your mind worked and you craved a no? You had a thirst for no. You wasn't going to go the day until you got some no's. It would be totally different. We as human beings fear rejection, right? That's why Steve never asked anybody out in high school. That was one. Y'all get it on the way home. But we all fear rejection. There's nobody to say no, right? So in this book, it's funny because it's a story of a copier salesman and his alter ego. The copier salesman was all about the yes. And like a lot of businesses, his company put quotas, right? He's a sales guy. You got to go sell this much. Here's your quota. And here's the thing. I'm going to try to condense this as quick as I can. So let's just say, and I'm paraphrasing from the story, but let's say he had to sell 3 copiers in a week. These are high, expensive copiers. And some days, some weeks, he didn't even get a sale. Some weeks, right? But this one week, on Monday, he sold 2. Comes home that night. It's a Monday. He's usually a bear, right? He walks in the house and his wife says, "How was your day?" He goes, "Oh, his feet weren't touching your ass. I sold 2 today." And she's like, "Wow, have you ever done that in one day?" Tuesday, he had 3 sales calls. On the second one, he sold number 3. Where was he Wednesday? Right? He was on the golf course. He was good.
Yeah.
He got his 3 what?
Quota.
3 yeses. So he just shut down. That's the destination. I got my yes. I'm good. He was thinking, I'm the best. In this company, I got 3 in 2 days. He was done for the week because that's a salesman's mentality. Now, let's just flip to his alter ego. In the book, his alter ego has riches beyond anything, right? Travels the world, has the life that everybody dreams of. And he can't figure out why he doesn't have that. The difference in the two was his alter ego chased no. He chased no every day. And now let me back the story up. And I don't remember the exact number, but let's just use a random number. Let's say instead of having the goal of getting 3 yeses that week, he had a goal to get 20 no's. Would he have been playing golf on Wednesday? No, because he didn't have enough no's. If he only had 4 sales calls on Monday and got 2 yeses, that means he got 2 no's. If he had 3 calls on Tuesday, got 1 yes and 2 no's, now he's only at 4 no's. So instead of thinking, I'm good, I'm going to play golf, he's like, damn, I got to get 16 no's before Friday. how different would we be? It's crazy. When I read this book, I'm like, man, I wish somebody would have showed me this 20 years ago. Because it's just about, A, I don't fear the no, and quite frankly, if you cherish and love and want the no, they ain't going to be scared to go tell somebody about what we're doing. You know, when I first came aboard this company, much like Frank, I went and sat down with Logan and Scott and Daryl, and when Logan said the phrase, we're more than a company, we're a movement. That might sound kind of corny or cheesy to some of you guys, but that's what got me. It's so much bigger than a comp plan and some cool products. This is a movement. We're changing people's lives. Go for no, guys. Here's the communication part I want to visit with you. And man, I don't have more time, I'm sorry. But here's the thing. Well, no, they're going to kick us out of here. I'm hurrying. Is we all think that we got to yak, right? Especially salespeople. They're always talking. And believe it or not, both Harvard and Stanford have done this study at separate times and came up with roughly the same percentages. Right? 7% of effective communication, the words we use. Mama told us, it's not what you say, but how you say it. Y'all know that your whole life. Yeah. Angie, I used this example at that leadership summit about how most of the time when people are nervous, they don't become, you always hear, oh, he's at a loss for words. Right? Most of the time when people are nervous, they babble. Okay. I'll never forget this. I was in the car business for a while, and I had this sharp young sales guy, just got out of college. He was awesome, loved him. Work ethic was great. He was articulate, he was professional, walked with purpose. But he couldn't sell, well, I'm not gonna use that one. Whew, that almost came out. Hashtag no filter. No, anyway, he had a hard time selling. Oh, that one, yeah, that's a good one. and I couldn't figure it out. And one day, I walked in, I was running this dealership, I walked into the finance director's office, and I was sitting there talking to him, and this guy, Mike's office was right out the deal. And he was so nervous talking to the customer, he would just babble uncontrollably. And I'm like, no wonder. And here's where I'm going with that. Learn the art of silence. See, we think that if we just stop talking and gather our thoughts, that we look stupid. But actually, when you do that, Jenna, right? Jenna's like, all right, what the hell is he going to say next? You pull people in. Whereas, if you were to say, well, you know, the time that I was, right? You're like, oh, good Lord, spit it out. Right? You gotta absolutely learn that communication isn't just about the words. Sometimes just stop. And if you are the person who's always loud and boisterous, pull it back a little bit. And they're gonna go, wow. I mean, Frank's on fire, right? But if all of a sudden Frank, who's just getting after, if he just whispers to you, man, he's gonna pull you in. And now, if you're the person who's very shy and reserved, you're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and be excited. And they're gonna go, wow, what's gotten into you? See, everyone around us is watching us. So when you look at that, I want you to think twofold though. What are people perceiving when they see you? But also, are you watching them? Because this is the most important thing there is. Look at the numbers. That ain't what we're saying. When he said that lady said, all right, I don't know what you're doing, but I got to be a part of it. The Spirit's telling me I got to do this. He wasn't out there giving some kind of speech out in the hallway. You know, the crazy thing is, successful people, this is a fact, successful people walk 25% faster than the rest of the world. It's the dangest thing. When I heard that from a man years ago, I've been watching people. You do not see successful people mope and saunter through life. Right? Man, they move from point A to point B. They walk with purpose. It's the craziest thing. Are you attracting? He said that she was attracted to the light. There was an aura around him. People are watching us. So when we say be a product of the product, I'm not just saying walk around with hydrate in your hand, right? Right? Are you beaming about life? All right. Man, this is the one right here. It took me a long time to learn this. When you're talking, you're just repeating what you already know. When you're listening, you might actually learn something new. Whew, that's powerful. Oh, yeah, look at the pictures. Is it there? Oh, hold on. And there it is. It reminds me of a comedy guy that does impressions, talking about Jack Nicholson. He was on Saturday Night Live. Jack Nicholson there, he's all nervous, and he came walking up, and there's a bunch of people standing around. He said, man, Nicholson's just cool. He said it was 2 o'clock in the morning, he had his sunglasses on, and all these people there with the cameras. And he walked up to the elevator, turned around and said, well, if you have a camera, start snapping. Start snapping. You got it? Okay. This is big. When you're excited, it's hard sometimes to pull back, right? Hey, what is everybody's favorite subject? Themselves or their kids, right? And we can't figure out why we can't get them to be more interested in what we're doing. Well, it's because we're talking too much. You know, we're excited about it, but you got to make it about them. And if we already know that's their favorite subject, then let's just get them started talking about themselves. Where was I just recently? Had this person ask me what I did. Oh, I know what it was. It was my wife's family just a week ago. This is a person I didn't know real well. He goes, so what is it you do? And I said, oh, Beth and I are with a health and wellness company. It's unbelievable. The world's first ever customized vitamin platform. I know you guys, your health's important to you, because he and his wife, I knew that. I said, but yeah, I'll tell you about it some other time. Hey, tell me now, I know kind of what you do, and you guys live near us, because this is the first time I've really been around for extended time. I said, tell me more. And I swear that's all I had to do. I flipped that switch, and he sat and talked for 20, 30 minutes. And I just kept asking questions every time. Right? It wasn't about me. That'll come. When he said, don't be impatient, it'll come. And what's funny is when you get them talking about themselves and you're actually listening, see, here's the problem. Winners always listen. Losers, they're just waiting until it's their turn to talk. Let me tell you something. When you're looking at somebody, when you're talking to them, you can see it in their eyes when they're like, damn, shut up, I'm ready to talk about myself. Right? Y'all see that sometimes? Don't be that person. You got to listen, now look here. Don't listen because Brian said, if you listen to them, they'll give you the blueprints to how to sell them ideal. No, listen to them because you care, because you really genuinely want to know what's going on with them. That's a game changer. If you listen to folks, they will tell you what's going on, and then you just provide ideal life as a solution. That's all. In law school, they teach a thing called guided discovery. It's kind of blah, 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 right? Questions should be pre-planned and relevant to the conclusion you want the individual to reach. Whatever, right? What that really means is, let's use a law. If you ever watch any of those TV shows, the attorney questioning the witness already knows the answer. So if you already know the answer, doesn't it make the questions easier? Right? If somebody's been complaining about how tired they are, just ask the right question. What are you using? Have you found anything that's helped? How much? I had a guy tell me, he said, I just asked people, hey, do you sleep all right? No, man, I don't sleep well at all. Hey, how much would you spend for a good night's sleep? He said, one guy said $20 a night. Well, how about $1? Right? Or tonight, you get the best night of your life free. Matter of fact, this whole week, here's 5 sleep strips. I want you free. 5 nights of the best sleep ever. Matter of fact, you're going to dream again. Now, I've talked about sampling. This is not really effective communication skills. I'm just going to give you another little tip. When you go to sample somebody, and you say, these are all natural sleep strips. No habit forming. It's got even better benefits for your body beyond having a good night's sleep. Matter of fact, you're going to dream for the first time since you were probably 10 years old. Right? You're done talking. Ain't that crazy how fast time goes? So, here's what people are doing. They're like, oh, here, and they give them, right? You saw it, didn't you? When they go to grab it, I'm holding, I pull it back. I'm like, now look here, if I give you this, I just gotta know that you're gonna use it. That's $30 right? Right? I could just give you cash. You wanna just do cash? You wanna have a good night's sleep. Right? And I'm gonna say, here's what we're gonna do. I want you to take these. You can start tonight, right? Okay. Here's the good. I'm going to give you permission. She's like, permission? Say yes. What time do you normally get up in the mornings? 7 o'clock. So you set an alarm?
No.
No? You just pop right up?
Yep.
You're not natural. Most people hit that 9 minutes of life. Yeah, right? Let's just do a role play that you set an alarm. All right, she says, oh yeah, I got to be at work, and I set the alarm. And you set my alarm at 6:45. I got to be up by 7. You know, I always hit that snooze once or twice, right? And then you say, all right, I'm going to give you permission. She goes, permission for what? You're probably going to wake up sometime around 6 and hop out of bed refreshed like you hadn't in years. And I just want you to know, you're going to want to tell somebody about it because it's going to feel good, right? I'm giving you permission. Don't feel like it's too early. You can call me and tell me. I'm looking forward to it, actually. All right? So I'll talk to you in the morning. Now, what just happened? She's already thinking how good her sleep is, right? And I'm telling you, when she wakes up in the morning, she's going to go, damn, he was right. Right? And she's probably going to go, oh my gosh, you were right. Do you see the difference? First of all, I made her understand the value of this, and she needed to take it serious. And then we talked, and that's follow-up, right? Some people, oh, can I follow up with you tomorrow? What time is good for? No. Hey, call me when you wake up. You're going to feel great. I want to hear about it. All right? Let's talk about questions. I've been role playing through these for you. The gentleman who I mentioned I was talking to, I was just doing this. So who are that? Well, okay, and how often do you go there? So what would you do if you could have a good night's sleep, right? And hey, who do you know that's miserable like you? Right? I mean, see, these right here are how you engage in conversation with them. If you're talking, that's a monologue. If you're talking together with them, that's a dialogue. That's what you're striving for, right? Don't make this about you. It's about them. These are questions to get them sharing things, right? Now, you got to be careful. You don't want to open-ended questions. Open-ended questions like this. Hey, Lynn, is there a good night this week we can get together? I want to share with you what I'm so excited about. Hey, my man, I'm crazy and busy this week. I said, hey, is there a good night? That's a yes or no response. No. Oof, I don't want that. Actually, I want lots of those. But why would I put myself in that situation? See, you got to learn how to, I'll come back to that. You got to learn how to ask either or questions. These are the most powerful questions you can ever ask. Either or. And the reason it's powerful is because when you ask an either or question, hey, would you like 1 egg or 2? See, when the waitress says that, she doesn't say, do you want breakfast? Y'all answer, 1 egg or 2?
1.
Scrambled or fried?
Scrambled.
All right, hash browns or country potatoes? Bacon or sausage? Bacon. Biscuits or a roll? Bacon. Y'all like, damn, I just had lunch, so I'm getting kind of hungry. Right? See, I didn't ask you if you're hungry. Nope, just had lunch. Same thing. If I say, hey, when's the night we can get together this week? Man, I'm crazy. I got all kinds of stuff going on. But if I say, hey, is Tuesday night or Thursday night better for you? Tuesday, yeah, Thursday's good. Right? And then another little helpful hint. Use quarter hours. Did you notice in his script, Fred talked about 37 minutes? That means it's real. If you say, hey, I'll call you around 8 o'clock. Do you understand that when you tell someone around 8, that means 20 minutes before or 20 before or 20 after? They ain't taking you serious. But if you say, hey, is 3:15 or 4:45 better for you? That's like a dang dentist appointment, isn't it? It really is. And they're like, oh, 3:15's good. And you're going to hold them to that. Now, you have to be on time. And this doesn't mean that you're going to Starbucks and sit in front of it. It might be on a 3-way phone call. Frank did a great job talking about 3-way calls. Man, I used to wear my new associates out all the time, still do. Is look, we're going to be on time. If we have a 3:15 3-way call, I'm going to tell you how this works. If I'm the upline, third-party credibility, and I have a brand new associate, and he says, we got a 3:15 with Joey Bag of Donuts in New Jersey. I'm like, all right, Man, y'all are sleepy. You didn't pick that up.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed being today. So we're going to call Joey at 3:15. I'm telling him I want you to call me at 3:13. And here's why. I'm going to tell Lynn call me at 3:13 because I want him to load my lip. I'm going to say, hey, how do you know Joey? How long y'all known each other? Does he have family? How many kids? What's he do for a living? So y'all play ball together, right? That way, when I get on the phone with him, I can build instant rapport. If he tells me Joey Bag of Donuts is from South Carolina, I'm like, man, I'm from South Dakota. Both our states start with S. Huh. I mean, I will find anything to build rapport, right? So, Keenan Burton. Love me some Keenan Burton. Keenan's killing it right now, right? And so I like to learn. I've been in this business for a long time, made a lot of money, but if a day goes by and I don't learn something, I'm not a happy man. And so I've been talking to Keenan on the phone. Man, what are you doing? Your team's killing it. You know what he said? Man, we're sampling more than ever. And then he said he's doing this. He's teaching his team this. Either or question. He said, Lucia, I'm just teaching the either or question. And they're asking people, hey, if you had your choice, would you rather have a better night's sleep or more energy during the day at work? You know what most people say? Both? Right? Doesn't that open up a dialogue? I mean, y'all realize that we've made this way too dang hard? It ain't about all the ingredients and, assessments and SciMed board. All right. I don't have time for that today. That's why you came, Cynthia? All right, before we do that, hey, Julius. All right, come on up here real quick. Hurry. Come on. I'm going to come up here just for this. Follow me. All right, I want everybody, when he gets up here, I want everybody to say, hey, Julius.
Hey, Julius.
Hey, how's everybody doing? All right.
I picked a shy one. You don't look like they stouted. All right, here we go. Y'all give it up for Julius. That's so, if you're on video, I give you a little prize because whenever it says, oh yeah, he was on stage dancing with a man. Let me ask y'all a question. What verbal instruction did he receive when he came up there? None. How did he know what to do? It's called mirror and match. As human beings, we can't help ourselves. What's the most effective form of communication? Non-verbal, body language. You just saw it. Well, now think about the other thing that took place. I applied pressure. What did he do? He resisted. He applied pressure back. Now, we don't have physical confrontation when we start talking about how excited we are about our new little business, right? That's when people are like, oh, it's one of them things, all this stuff. So verbally, we're getting that pushback, aren't we? Yeah. Or the ones that say this, oh man, I did one of those ones, I swore I'd never do another one. And then what do? We say, oh, but this is different. You gotta hit, and that just pushes them back further. When they say that, you need to agree with them. Yeah, man, I wouldn't expect you to. You probably weren't successful last time either, were you? No, I don't mean that mean. If you were successful, you'd still be doing it, wouldn't you? And then they say, well, yeah. I say, well, let me ask you a question. What do you think kept you from having success? Do you see the difference? Yeah. Now it's about them. And they're going to tell me the objection. Oh, I didn't know. People didn't help me. Guy signed me up, I never saw him again. Product sucked. The comp plan was horrible. Pa-pow, pa-pow. Now, I know the objections before we even get started. But no, we want to be the almighty answer person. Oh, this is different. No, you got to listen to me. Man, you're just pushing them back. Don't push them back. Listen, agree, and defer. And that's what we have here. This is objection handling. Right? Cynthia said I have to do this. This is objection handling. So the first one is no problem. Right? No problem. And seriously? Grandmaster, martial arts. I don't know what you teach, But I have my son in martial arts, and you know what his sensei says? Number one, when there's any kind of conflict, he tells these little kids, use your words. Number two, walk away. Number three, defend yourself. Right? Well, when you're in objection handling with people, hey, no problem, right? I had a guy tell me, you can overcome any conflict ever with 2 words, no problem. That's all you gotta say, no problem. And then, guys, when you're talking to your wife, she don't want you to give an answer, she just wants you to understand. Right? I understand. Right? And then, here's the thing I gotta tell you, man. I tell my kids all the time. My daughter's, actually, it's her birthday today. 12 years old. And my son's 10, and I tell him, look, you may not be the most athletic, gifted, you may not be the smartest, but I'll be damned, you're going to be the most polite person in the room everywhere you go. Because you can, that's effort. That's effort, right? That's all that is. And having respect for other people. And I'm going to tell you, these 2 right here, be happy to, and please allow me, please and thank you are a lost art in our world. It is crazy that, it shouldn't be that easy to really cut through the clutter and be exceptional. Shouldn't everybody be doing that? I don't get that. But just please and thank yous and a little eye contact goes a long way when you're talking to folks. Unbelievable. I wish I had time to do it. I did a whole probably 10 minutes on using people's names when I did a training in Dallas. That's the most powerful thing you can do. Use people's names. The worst thing you can do is butcher their name. So be sure you understand it. Randall, where are you? Be in here? Randall, when you introduced yourself to me earlier, what did I do?
You asked me to explain my name one more time.
Because I didn't hear it. Now I could have said, oh, hey, how you doing? But he said his name so fast, I was like, I'm sorry, what is it? And I leaned in because I wanted to know. That's just what I do, because when you die, is your bank account on your tombstone? No, what's on there?
Your name.
Most important thing we have. And we don't use people's names. People love to hear that, don't they? All right, I'm confident. When you leave here today, your belief level should be through the roof. So then you can tell someone how confident you are about these amazing products and the comp plan that's paying people early every week. What? Early. They don't pay on time. Oh, they don't? Yeah, I heard a company say, yeah, they haven't paid on time yet. They pay early. Every week, I'm like, I told Scott Unkelbach, you can just pay us on Fridays, right? That's when y'all say you're going to. It doesn't have to be Tuesday or Wednesday. Crazy. Easiest part of my job. People say, what do you do? Oh, I just help people look and feel better. Every day. Easiest part of my job. I help people get a better night's sleep. Right? I already used this one on you guys earlier, right? Wouldn't expect you to. That guy goes, oh man, I ain't doing another one of them bangs. Hey, I wouldn't expect you to. I'm guessing you probably weren't successful in the last one. Stephanie, you like that, huh? Hey, you gotta put them on the money, right? Will you do me a small favor? This one's my favorite because it really stops the mind and makes people listen. If you have somebody who's rambling and they're spitting out a bunch of venom, you know those people? All that negativity. By the way, I was at a restaurant one time and the lady said, does anyone have any, she was meaning food allergies, but she didn't say food allergies. She probably didn't think she needed it because she was in a restaurant. She said, anyone have any allergies? I would go, yes ma'am. I'm allergic to negative people. I will not let them near me, right? So when you have someone negative going on and on, just go, hey, whoa, hey, will you do me a small favor? And they're going to go, sure. Could you take a deep breath? Because I got to go. I ain't listening to this no more. My legs work and I don't have to stay here. Right? I'm just kidding, but will you do me a small favor? Stops people. But remember, what's the most effective form of communication? Body language. What's second most important?
Tone and diction.
Thank you. Tone and diction. How you say it. So watch this. Hey, will you do me a small favor? Now, if you say, hey, can you do me a huge favor? Then people, you flinched, right? People go like, oh, right? If you say, hey, can you do me a huge favor? People will do this. It's a fun, I want y'all to try this, please. Will y'all do this for me? If it work, Monday, somewhere tomorrow, whatever, just walk up to someone and go, hey, could you do me a huge favor? And it's a funny, they'll either take a full step back like, and they're probably going to do, right? And they're going to either say this, it depends, or what is it?
Right.
Right? Hey, will you do me a huge favor? What? Right? And here's the thing, if they don't take a step back, their torso will move back, right? Hey, will you do me a small favor? What? Right? It's crazy. It's real. Now, if you walk up to somebody and go, hey, will you do me a small favor? They're going to go, yes or sure. I got a buddy who used to travel with me to all kinds of trainings for years, 7 or 9 years. I would periodically, just to make sure it worked, walk up to strangers in the airport, and every single time, yes or sure. Here's why. Remember the guided discovery? I'm not going to ask a question I don't already know the answer to. Matter of fact, when you master this, you get to start being a puppeteer and make people say whatever you want. Right? Seriously. So when I say, hey, will you do me a small favor? I know they're going to say yes or sure. Because they're never going to say no to that. That does not bother anyone. It's not inconveniencing them. Plus, notice my voice tone. It's a whisper with a sense of urgency. They're like, I don't know what's going on with this dude, but somebody probably ought to get a tourniquet. He must be bleeding, right? It works every time. So all these